And hello everyone, welcome back to live streaming with me, Topstick. It's been a little while. Thank you there as well, Blue Legs, for the host. Much appreciated indeed. What a nice thing to do for the start of the stream. So, I've actually got some things in the works for this stream today. And obviously there is a new World of Trucks delivery challenge, which we are going to obviously be taking part in. There is 0 of 12 completed. I've literally rebooted the game up today. I'm on multiplayer again, Euro 1. Should also have the winter mod working as well, so we should have some icy roads, some snowfall and that kind of stuff. But the goal for this delivery thing is for personal contribution. Oh, this is what we're getting. 12 deliveries of Christmas cargo. This is a transcontinental community event, combined, obviously, Euro Truck 2 and your American Truck as well. Aim for 1 million deliveries to earn a special reward. I don't think we're going to be able to do a full 1 million deliveries, but we might be able to. We'll get 12 at least, and what we'll get is a couple of cool things. So here's the delivery things we can get, which is Christmas candy canes, Christmas ornaments, Christmas candles, wooden gifts, crackers, chocolates, socks, tree lights, traditional cookies, and decorations. So we've got them to put. I'm going to actually drive because I don't know where we are at the moment. We do have over 1 million in the bank, so we could work towards beefing out our company a little bit. And as soon as we log in, someone gets kicked. It's been a while since I've actually looked at the winter mod stuff. So we'll have a look, see what happens. And it looks like the winter mod isn't actually enabled. Right, first things first, we're going to change some settings. First of all, we're going to put the audio up because it's too low. That should be alright. And I'm going to drive. Let's press tab and make sure we've actually got the mods turned on. So that it should be on. We can't see them anywhere. Is there anywhere else we can turn them on either? No. Right, so what we'll do then is we'll just carry on like we are. Don't know why we've not got the mods not working. Turn lights on, so on multiplayer. How are we doing on fuel here? We're fine on fuel, I guess. So, let's have a look at our jobs. We want to get a job that's like Christmassy jobs. So hopefully we're going to get some Christmassy jobs on here. And first things first, no. Select cargo. Is there like anyone we can do for just Christmas? There's a livestock one? Low bed, no. No, I don't think there's anything on here we can actually change for that. We're just looking what deliveries we can get. Oh, Christmas, there you go. That's straight away. Was there actually anything on there? No. So that's the only Christmas thing we can find, which is... Oh my! That is quite a long distance. Don't want to do that for the start of today. Is there any other Christmas candies to Paris? We can do Paris. Let's take the Paris one and we'll see how that goes. Now, I have actually just purchased the new DLC as well. So I do kind of want to try and go up into that area of the map. If we stop, we can actually have a look at the map here. So, I've just purchased this DLC here. Which, yeah, we're going to be heading all the way down to Paris here. And then we'll see if we can head up into this region up here and we'll see what happens. First things first, let's go pick this delivery up. It's been a while since I've actually played this. Got to make sure we get on the right side of the road being the UK. Sometimes I forget. Bad to forget what side of the road you're on. There we go. That one to see what speed we're going. Now, yeah, I thought these were gonna be reversed. Oh, the nice Christmassy looking. Call them Christmassy looking trailer themes. Pretty cool. And I've completely overshot this one here. Okay. There we go. Now I just need to quickly check. I've got the right songs playing, the right playlist. First things first, we'll sort by that. Doesn't look like there's no. Oh, I think this is the right soundtrack. That's good. Don't want to be playing any music that we're not got the rights to play, because then I won't be able to put the videos up on YouTube after the fact. Got to be careful with the mouse. I forgot to put the hazard lights on. That's the one thing I need to remember to do. Now I want to try and do this as professional as I can do, whereas I don't actually do with speed cameras and that kind of stuff. While we're on the server though, we've got to deal with traffic lights. That's like a necessity on the server, is deal with traffic lights on multiplayer. As well as, well, just traffic lights on multiplayer. Make sure we don't crash into anyone else, overtake correctly, indicate correctly. Speed, we can kind of go over speed. But we want to press, have hazards on when we go in and out of delivery zones. Then again, it's a non-collision zone, so we don't have to, but I want to. That's a thing to work on. Right now, should be fine. That was another thing I was tempted to change, is the trailer physics. I was wanting to change the trailer physics and cab physics so they're a bit more realistic, but the amount of times we crash anyway and topple over, I think we're fine as we are. It would just end up happening more often, and we don't want that happening, really. Yeah. As long as we get from A to B and get our deliveries done without crashing, we should be fine. Because any form of toppling over, we lose the load straight away, which isn't good. No, we can go to the middle lane and we're fine. I'm tempted to try Euro 2 one of these days. And we'll see how things go on that as well. Because that'll be a lot of fun. Now obviously we're limited to 55 on the motorway with doing these kind of jobs, but we're fine with that. Yeah. I would love, honestly, to get a full steering wheel set up. But, I think I'm doing okay now. I've actually got a controller. It's a lot more smoother than it has been. Not gonna lie. Don't really have to worry about speed cameras because I think I've turned that kind of thing off. Well, I thought I did, but apparently not. So I'm kind of gonna have to worry about speed cameras. Just only a little bit. Yeah, it's all good. And I like where where I put the phone on the dashboard as well. Because if I do end up getting like a speeding ticket or anything like that, it'll come up on the phone. That's where the actual box is. So I'll class that as the phone corner. It's like, yeah, that makes sense at all. Obviously we've got the call it. We've got the GPS built into the truck on two locations. because not all the trucks actually have built-in CCTV, built-in GPS. Let me use the phone as anything else that pops up. Good. But yeah, I've decided to move my streaming schedules back. If you haven't noticed, I started today an hour later than usual. I've moved my streaming schedules back an hour, purely for the fact that this week is the week up to Christmas, and I have a lot of stuff I need to get done before Christmas. Being that this time next week it is Christmas Day. So yeah, the week before Christmas can be stressful and busy. I need to make sure I'm in the right lane for this. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking out this new DLC as well. New map area. I have seen like some other maps, the modded stuff, and we might visit that at some point when my Shadow gets installed. If you don't know what Shadow is, it's a cloud gaming service. Like, for instance, it's like gaming, a Netflix version. Yeah, Netflix for gaming kind of thing. Hey Rez, thank you for that host. How are you doing today? Very much appreciated indeed. Yeah, I was just saying about possibly going back to looking at modded stuff, and that when I've got my new Shadow up and running. You doing all right? That's good to hear. It's a week till Christmas. Kind of crazy to think of. I've still not got all the gifts I need to. Plus the fact some of the gifts I'm going to be getting I can't really get until I go over to America. That's going to be a little bit difficult to do. Just finished uploading something I've been working on for 2 days. Wow. What kind of thing you've uploaded? Is it like a video or something? Okay. Yeah, in the past I have literally done a recording day. Like say recorded 3 hours worth of footage. I then spent the whole of the rest of that day and the whole of the next day editing. And I was really, really excited for releasing this video and passionate about it. And I put a lot of time and effort into it. Yeah, it hardly got any views. Yeah, I know that obviously I should carry on and keep doing it. But it's just some of them are just a little bit too, yeah. Give me the link. Oh, it's convenient in your clipboard. Send it me on Discord. Yeah, like private message me on Discord, and I'll check it out when I finish the stream. Obviously, I've only just started streaming, so whatever that is. Yeah. I just upload when I can be bothered to record, edit, and upload. Yeah, I was like that. This week I'm determined to stream all the days. Because literally it's this week and then next Tuesday is Christmas Day. So I'm hopefully planning on streaming Christmas. If not, I'll do a bonus stream on the Monday, and then obviously the Tuesday or the Wednesday after. As for, and then I might do another like a New Year, like a Christmas Eve to Christmas, that kind of a stream. So I'll edit in 3D graphics works nice. I've dabbled a bit in graphics, and motion and that kind of stuff. So, I know a little bit about that kind of thing. Doctor Who related. Kind of want to see my reaction live. The thing is, as much as I would love to watch it on stream, and you've done the video purely for the fact that, well, I'm gonna have to stop for a second. My nose is absolutely just, yeah. Sorry about this. Like, I've been fine all day. It's just today, my nose just, right, literally, as I start the stream, my nose just just starts going, oh, you're streaming now, let's distract you for a little bit. No. So hopefully I don't come down with the cold, because that would be not good. But yeah, as much as I would, and obviously it's Doctor Who themed, as much as I would love to view it on the stream and that kind of stuff, copyright's a thing, and yeah, I'm okay. As probably a lot of you might know, I originally set myself a goal to be at the point of getting partnered for Christmas, New Year. The only thing I am currently struggling on is follower count. I have got a license for the music I use, or the games I use are freely available to actually live stream or make video content on. So I kind of want to keep it that way. I don't know how it does copyright or anything like that. But it's best. I've done YouTube that long that I know it's best just to be within copyright. But if anything down the road happens, you're gonna be all clear and that kind of stuff. Well, I don't think the TARDIS and it sounds like copyright. Yes, the TARDIS is a copyright of BBC Doctor Who. Since the police box is not property. No, the police box is not property of Doctor Who or the BBC, but it's an iconic. It's an iconic staple of the series. You can't turn around and, like, if anyone was to see a police box anywhere, they'll think, oh, Doctor Who straight away. The sound effects itself, yes, that would be copyrighted by the composer who did that. Depending on how you're using it on a YouTube video, you can freely use it, kind of thing. There's fair use in certain aspects. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, my username, for instance. I've had to go through a lot of trouble to make sure my username isn't going to be infringing on any copyright, any trademarks. I've even trademarked and copyrighted it myself, so it won't infringe on copyrights and trademarks. And by copyrighting it myself, it would have then effectively been checked and looked at. The thought had gone through my head at some point of possibly changing my username if I was to become partnered. I don't know how I would go up. Well, it's going to be a thing, isn't it? We have to. Yeah, it's I've had my name since 2012-ish, so I'm quite fond of my username. So I would kind of like to keep my username. So I don't know about possibly changing it. Everyone that knows me as Tops. So I was thinking of possibly changing my name to Tops. Yes, it's currently taken on Mixer. It's not an active channel, so I don't know what Mixer would do about that if I did want to change it to that, if I was getting partnered, that kind of stuff. So we'll have to see. But I do quite like my name, Tops Digger. Everyone knows me as Tops as a shorten, so I might just keep it. Hey Jelly Bean, how you doing today? What are your guys' thoughts? Like, obviously you all know that I'm wanting to get to a stage where I can apply for partnership. And with that, I would have an option to change my name. I'm just quite fond of Topster Gear because I've got the website Topster Gear, I've got everything Topster Gear. So rebranding now kind of doesn't make sense to me, personally. What is that driver doing? What is this driver doing? Yeah. But I do really like Topster Gear, just Tops for short. Because once everyone gets to know me, they know me as Tops. Which is good. It's Creative Commons reuse allowed, so that means well, I don't. Right. Everyone calls me Jellybean. Yeah. Unless you don't need to hear it. No video on the screen. I know. I will honestly be looking at the video at some point in time. It's just not while I'm streaming. But it's just like a heads up, because if you've got the sound effect from another YouTube video, for instance, and that YouTube video is under Creative Commons, they've probably uploaded it wrong, and that's not got yes, you might not have got a copyright strict claim now, because at the moment YouTube aren't actively going out and claiming everyone. Yeah, they've got content ID, which flags up to potential copyright owners. This video could be infringing on your copyright, and then they have the option to claim copyright on it or not. And if they don't, they think that's they're fine with that and it's fair use kind of thing. However, it's best practice, no matter what you're doing. For instance, say you're making a video for like a Doctor Who inspired video for a school project kind of thing, or whatever. You're making a video for YouTube, anything. You're best off just trying to contact, say, the BBC, and literally explaining the situation and trying to get the written permission to use it, kind of thing. Well, 80%. Sorry, 80% of people call me Jellybean. Yeah. What do the other 20% call you? Don't say if it's your real name. Legacy. Yeah. I honestly do prefer Jellybean though. Not that I can have jelly beans, I guess. That's entirely vegetarian jelly beans. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, I also did that pass without the TARDIS. I may or not, and it saves Creative Commons reuse allowed. Yeah. Like under copyright law in the UK at least, the EU at the moment, until obviously whatever happens with Article 13 happens. There is a parody clause. For instance, if you've seen my t-shirts, my t-shirt, my Minecraft t-shirt has what you can distinguish as a creeper face. Hey Richie, how you doing? Yeah, so is this going to be going down to 50? No. So yeah, so my t-shirt has a creeper face on it. Now, the artist that is a close friend of mine who drew it knows that obviously that the creeper face is a trademark of Microsoft and Mojang and Minecraft kind of thing. He's been doing art for years and knows like art kind of stuff, and it's covered under the parody clause. Now, yes, you can tell it's a creeper face. It's been drawn by it's been drawn similar to how an actual Creepface is, but it's in a different artistic style, like a different style kind of thing. No, changing 1 pixel isn't kind of copyright, but for instance, I'm not using the full-on Creepface. What's he doing? It's UK. Wrong side of the road. But yeah, you can't change 1 pixel. You have to recreate it in a different artistic way, and what situation you use it in. Like, my creeper head's been exploded out of the screen. And it's effectively artistically changed in such a way where, yes, you understand what it is, but obviously it's not to do with that kind of thing. Must be from America. Not really. Not really, because it could just be, because obviously it's Europe. It's European Truck Simulator. Whoever that driver is has got no idea what he's doing. Probably going to be barred from uploading onto YouTube, and I believe the Purple Sat is going the same way. Mix hasn't officially put out a point about it, but I suppose whatever they choose, they're going to Microsoft's official statement, which counts as Mixer. Well, the thing is, Mixer in itself is... Right, how do I put this? Mixer in itself is owned by Microsoft. Microsoft owns Xbox and a number of game development companies. Yes? So, by definition, if you stream a Microsoft-related game to Mixer, within the right context of fair use, having your and you've got the right copyright for music and that kind of stuff, they will probably allow it. Now, they might ban content that are not Xbox, Microsoft related. However, that also comes down to the point of... Yeah, that's why I don't... Well, I've got a Monster Cat license. I also use Approach to Nirvana, 99 Lives, and no copyright sounds. I actually had one of my live streaming videos, with no copyright, with all these in, copyright claimed on YouTube. I just turned around and said, well, here's my license number. The song in question is not that isn't even that song that you're saying about. It was something like yeah. There was someone copyright claimed my song, the video, for having someone's own copyright. Right. I had a song that was a no copyright sound song. Yes. Someone had taken that song, overlaid their own. Right, no. Anyway, whatever happens, I had a no copyright sounds track on a video. And even YouTube themselves have said no copyright sounds, anything uploaded with them, or anything using their music, in the right contexts, it's fine. Right, I was hit by a copyright claim. I had used a track from No Copyright Sounds, that someone had taken that No Copyright Sounds full song, cut samples out of that song, and then made their own song over the top of that, and then claimed the original No Copyright Sounds song itself as a copyright claim, as breaching their own copyright, when they effectively are ripping off a copyright-free song. I brought this to light with YouTube. I brought it to light with no copyright sound, and they said, I don't have the official email statement from them, but they state any songs that are claimed by copyright that are under no copyright sounds, notify no copyright sound, and your copyright will, if it's copyright sounds that have claimed it, notify them, and your song should be fine. And they will rescind the claim on reviewing, making sure it's within the proper guidelines to use. Yeah. It's the whole thing. I don't want anything to bite me. But this song in question, like I said, I heard, done the research. I googled the song that they were saying, and I was like, yeah, so that song that you're using there, let me go up to Calais while I'm doing this. That song that they're doing there is effectively someone badly rapping. Ever seen the Germany rework? I can't remember. I think I have seen the Germany rework a little bit. I've not seen all of Germany. But we're going to be trying to check out the Baltic DLC today. And also do the Christmassy things for us. But yes. So, I'm no stranger to copyright stuff. I've had meetings with YouTube directly to myself. I have had correspondence with 99 Lives, no copyright sound, Monster Cat, and everything. Go through Germany before Baltic. It also all depends on where I can get the next Christmas job to from this drop-off point. It'll probably end up going through Germany because I'm in France at the moment. So yeah. I've seen part of the rebuild. Don't think I've seen all of it though. But yeah, so I notified no copyright sound of this. Like I said, I've had hundreds of copyright claims in my videos over the years, and more than 99% of the time, I've got the rights to use what I've used, and I know how to word things in such a way. I know how to use a bit of legal jargon, for lack of a better word. He's stopping. I'm gonna let him go through. There we go. But anyway, so they badly rapped over the top of, I won't even call it rapping honestly, but they badly rapped over the top of a no copyright sounds track. Notified YouTube about it, notified no copyright sound about it, put in the disputes. And I've only ever lost one dispute in my YouTube career, and that was because, am I going the wrong way? No, I was going the wrong way. Kind of stuck here now though. Yeah, that one's got a do not enter sign, but the next one, I thought I was meant to go straight there. Anyway, it's changed the route to this way. But yeah, so I notified them all about this and it was fine. The copyright sound also stated that using any of their sounds, as long as it's within the guidelines of fair use, that kind of stuff, it's fine to use. And that I wouldn't be penalised or anything like that. And anything that was to come up, let them know about it, like I did with that part. So, yeah, no copyright sounds. Anything they create is covered by their non-copyright. They might use copyrighted samples, but they have purchased the right to use that sample for their own track under their own copyright. I'm giving you as much room as you need. Got no clue what they were doing. I was giving them as much room as they needed. Yeah. Yeah, I know I'm in France, but I thought I was going to the left, not the right. I didn't know. I didn't think I was turning right, but I was going left. So how did you get the online mod? Truckers do exclamation point TMP might work. No. I need to add that as a command. Well, it's truckers. Just Google truckers MP or truckersmp.com. You have to have so many hours within trucking itself. So there is that little bit. Roadworks. But yeah, so I've had meetings with YouTube, like I said. I've corresponded with other copyright parties that own copyright. I've got the right licenses. Any copyright free licenses that I can use, I also let them ask them what can and can't do with them. Oh, France is still bad. Yeah. Why is that flashing yellow? I don't know why that's flashing yellow. Go faster. Yeah, red means go. Yes and no. If you're colorblind, probably. But yeah. But yeah, I've corresponded with YouTube before, like I said. Copyright is there's ways around certain copyrights. There's ways to it's just a matter of how you right. If it's like a song, full copyright, the copyright owner, and it's fully copyrighted, be careful because they will get you. You're American. Yeah, let's put it this way: I don't even have a driving license in the UK, but I know the rules and regulations, and I know red stop. Yellow. Yellow technically doesn't mean go faster. If I'm right in thinking yellow. But the funny thing is, when I was younger, I was part of I did a summer school program between going from year 6 to year 7, and that's when you go from like primary school to secondary school or high school. So we did a bit of a coding course. But would I agree with you? Italy. Italy is amazing, honestly. Like the Italian DLC, the little windy roads that you get on there is amazing. Yes. I don't know. I've done a lot of the Viva France stuff. I probably have, and I've just not noticed. To be honest, though, I just enjoy driving. There is some places where there's spectacular scenery and spectacular driving routes, and then other times there's not. Oh yeah, just be careful with your language with that. Yeah, I know they're going to be reworking a lot of the old game. Like they've got a UK rebuild in the works. I think they've got a French rebuild in the works as well. And they had a Christmas delivery there as well. So do you? Few people there, weren't there? France and Italy already done. No. They're rebuilding Germany as the first of it. So they are slowly rebuilding the whole game. You're unable to find Euro Truck Simulator 2 or American Truck. Right. Make sure your account is set to public. There is certain aspects of your account with the new settings they've implemented that you have to literally tick box. You have to tick. Yeah, we had the same problem with Miles underscore. He didn't have all the settings set correctly. Ah, okay. To be honest, I've only really been playing Euro Truck, Euro Truck and American Truck since, like, full time since summer. I've played it a few bits and bobs every now and then, but the multiplayer, playing with friends, streaming with friends, yeah, that's kind of all new. Stupid driver. Here's New France coming. Okay. Because I know they're completely going to redo what do you call it? They're redoing Paris. I know that's a thing in the works. They did a whole for like a whole roadmap on the pun. But yeah, they did a whole roadmap of what they're planning on doing in the future. That kind of thing. Yes, they might have redone it in the past, but they're redoing them again. They've got a whole new setup that they're doing. Well, yeah, like I said, they started doing the Germany stuff. They're going to have Germany all done by 2019. They're then moving on to England. Well, they're going to move on to the rest of them. Apart from the DLCs, I think they're leaving the DLCs alone. Or they're leaving like the extended map DLCs, like Italy, I think they're leaving. Obviously the Baltic and Scandinavia they're leaving. I like how I'm just going around here fast. But yeah, no, like I said, they're doing a whole Paris rebuild. Do you know what? I've never actually been down this road before. If I could, I would get up the blog stuff they did. But they definitely stated they were going to start adding more. They were going to start doing them all after Germany. They might have reworked a little parts of it, but they're going to add more into it. They're modernising it again. Don't understand the point of this game anyway. So you just drive. Not really. In the default game, there is traffic to deal with. Whereas on the multiplayer, all you have is other players. But you're effectively trying to drive from point A to point B with your load, making sure you don't topple over, crash, speed effectively, go through red lights. You effectively have to follow the road rules, follow the driving rules and everything. Okay. But yeah, I do like speed. I do like driving kind of fast. So I guess I'm not really a good example of how to play this game right. Yeah. Well, it's all dependent on what they wanting to do as well. But the way I just think about it is, everything they're wanting to do has already been done. Why don't they just turn around and say to developers, like the mod developers, like the pro mods, just turn around and say to ask pro mods, or get pro mod developers in. Get the full pro mod map added to everything. Yes, I know they do, but why don't they just turn around and actually just put pro mods into the base game as like a DLC? Like what they currently have. Why? That's the problem. Pro mods always gets updated for the versions of the game. So why not add pro mods into it? Back with internet. Welcome back, Jellybean. Right. The reason why the quality isn't as good as it is in other is because Pro Mods is trying to do a lot of stuff. That guy's totally in the fence there, isn't he? Oh, fence opens, doesn't it? There we go. There's a lot of people in here, isn't there? Okay. There we go. But so the reason why Pro Mods isn't as good up to the quality as SCS 1 is because they're trying to do so much. Pro Mods are trying to do a lot in a small amount of time and trying to keep it optimized for the game. Whereas, obviously, I think they've brought in a new build engine and that kind of stuff. And yeah, they're going to probably do a lot more in other countries as well. And it just, obviously, it takes all the time. Let's see what other jobs we've got. Like I said, Christmas jobs we're going to do. And we're going to try and get over this way a little bit. No Christmas stuff in here, is there? Christmas candles. Wow, that's a long one. All the way up to Latvia. That'll be our first job up there, wouldn't it? One DLC I'd love to see is Romania. Yeah, like I would love for them to do this part with Greece as well, and start going down here. Obviously, they want a lot of people to do more Russia. But I definitely want to see Spain and Portugal added in. Maybe even adding these islands as well, like deliveries on the islands. That would be another good one. Island as well, definitely need to add island in. Like Pro Mods has got island in, so yeah. Island should be free. Right. Northern Ireland should be free. Hey, Tim. Now, yes, I know Northern Ireland should be free. But Republic of Ireland should be a DLC. That guy was not stopping for anyone, was he? I knew he wasn't going to move out of the way. Okay. It's very busy in Paris today, isn't it? If I was going to do online on Truckers MP, yes. You launch the Truckers MP thing, which will then give you an option to launch ETS 2 within Truckers MP. If they made text a bit bigger and a toggle and GUI a bit, I would get this game. Now, what's the? When I pull in to get this pickup, I'll see what I can do, because text in the game itself, like all this kind of stuff, you've got a zoom feature, so you can kind of zoom in to see what your speedo is and that kind of stuff. So I don't know what you mean else. I don't know what you mean otherwise. So yeah, like with your dashboard, you can zoom in, and you can set a key to zoom in, or like I've got my controller. The one I use to look around, I click in is to zoom in. Spain and Portugal are coming in the far future, so Ireland has a chance to be free DLC. Don't mind that. That side didn't need to be there. I can still use regular ETS, as I don't want to do online. Yeah, you can still use regular ETS. The other thing you can do is use launch multiplayer, and then as you connect to the server, pull your internet so you get just normal. Yeah, like I said, I've not gone on to Russia yet. But I know a lot of a little bit out of that, aren't I? No, turn it around. I'm way out. Or am I? No, I'm out of that, aren't I? Yeah. That should be perfect. Yeah, they have added more. What do you call it? By using the hazards. Well, it's just courtesy, I guess. It's to obviously there's no one around me right now, but if in real life, I don't know if this actually really works if they do it in real life as well, but. In real life, if you're in a slow speed loading area, it's best to have your hazards on so people know you're moving. Like, you're more than likely going to see a flashing light than a whole big truck coming straight at you. So I just put my hazards on just to be normal. You could, I guess, yes, you could say it's lazy. But I just think it is. That's how it looks. Like, two countries could have the same pylon supplier, and they look exactly the same kind of stuff. I've not been to the Baltic yet, so I don't know about that. But yeah, I would say that, like street lamps. If everyone uses the same kind of street lamps, why is there a problem with why do you need more? Yeah, Because they probably all get the same things from the same suppliers, the same construction companies. Yeah. Like if you get them all from the same company, yeah. Do you have the same truck as your first one from single player? Right, with multiplayer, I would suggest having a pre-existing account to join multiplayer. Purely for the fact that there is problems with obviously getting all of your all the job market and that kind of stuff working with a brand new account. Or unless you are starting a brand new account and just taking like quick jobs and working your way up like that way. You can have a different job, you can have different truck and different everything. You don't have an existing account. Okay. Well, you can use the same profile as a single player. That's the thing. The profile can be interchangeable from multiplayer to single player. Everything you do on multiplayer stays on your single player. Everything you do on single player stays on multiplayer. Yeah. So Russia has a different pylon design kind of thing. Right. You make an account with Truckers MP. Yes. That is literally just so you can access their servers. You can use any profile you have within Euro Truck Simulator on multiplayer. Double Joel, thank you for the hype and thank you for the follow. Welcome to the starting line. Hope you are having a great day there. Very much appreciated as well. So if you have an existing profile, like save within Euro Truck is what I'm talking about. You've got an existing save within Euro Truck. You can use that for multiplayer and single player. Yeah. A little bit confusing, but yeah. How you doing, Double Jar? Hope you're having a great day today. If you are wanting to set up a brand new account or a brand new profile just for multiplayer, you can do. You would obviously have to do your. You might have obviously, you still might have trouble finding jobs to start off with, though. I would be further, but I reinstalled Windows and it died because I didn't know they have a server backups. They've only just added the server backups. Like the cloud, having to save it on the cloud, only was added in 1.3.3. So if you crashed when 1.3.2 was out, you wouldn't have had an online backup. But it all works anyway. How recent? When the Baltic DLC came out, so last month. I can't think of any other. Yeah, like it should have. It must have been last month. This road is very busy today, isn't it? You reinstalled before then. Yeah. Yeah, so you, regardless, you would have lost your save point. Unless you had it backed up onto a separate hard drive, separate storage device. You're doing good, you're doing thumbs up, and I don't know what that second one is. I can see a thumbs up and something else, but I don't know what that means on my bot. It's not baked up. Right. When you create a new if you create a new profile, or you've got a profile within multiplayer, something naughty. Rez, if you whisper to me what the symbol is, let me know. Please. Don't know idea. Okay. It's music now. That's alright then. You liking the music? Awesome. Zooming in always. Oh, I hate these. This one I can just drive through. Yeah. Oh, I probably should get some fuel at some point. Yeah, Forza. So I've got I've known Rez for a while now, so I trust his judgment on anything if I can't see what it is. Normally I have moderators in the chat, so they would be able to help out with things. But most of the moderators on American time. Yeah. But yeah, please don't try and get people in trouble though. So many stickers. Yeah, I don't stream on mature. I would stream on family friendly, but the music I have, the music selection I use, I haven't been able to call them. I've got over 5,000 tracks now, so I've been able to read all of them and that kind of stuff, or listen to all of them. Some of them have strong language in, so I put myself on teen because it follows the guidelines for Mixer that way. Gaming profile since I read the one I got now is Autoback something cloud. So yeah, you've got a Steam save profile. If you go onto edit, there's a tag, there's a thing to say Steam Cloud on the profile edit, that kind of stuff. This road's brand new in France. Yeah, I've obviously driven it before, so I've not really noticed. We can have some jokes to some extent, but anything mature themed in nature, no, completely not. Like, my kind of ruling on things for my stream is, if it's suitable for The Simpsons, it's suitable for my stream. GG as well, thank you. Very awesome of yours. Well, yeah, it's mainly just to be. Like I said, teen is mainly just because of music. I try and keep everything family friendly. I might do a few jokes here and there that are on the border with family. Not well. It's like if you're watching The Simpsons, for example. The adults get some jokes, the kids don't. I forgot to get fuel. How do I do it in this thing? Oh, it's Whisper. No, not Whisper. User info. How do you do song requests? I don't do song requests. Is there a way that I can do it on here? No. Alright, let's see if we can do it on the mobile app. Sorry about this, guys. I'm trying to sort something out. Let's get back into things while I'm getting this sorted. Get myself up to speed. I can put cruise control on, and I should be fine. But yeah, I don't do song requests because I only use songs I've got a license to use, and they're all set onto random as well. Don't know just song requests because PG and yeah. Like I said, I try and keep my chat family friendly. I try to keep things family friendly as much as I can do. It's just for certain songs on, and as soon as they happen, I just turn them off. First, if it's just an appropriate word, then I don't find anything wrong with that. But the thing is, like I said, I try to keep everything family friendly. My chat has rules for a reason. If you need to know what the rules are, I think there's Facebook rules, or it's also in the description of the chat below as well. And if people are deemed not to be following the rules, either my bot will get them or a moderator will get them. The thing is, swearing isn't okay. Like, there's certain swear words that you just know. Great message, that one. Yeah, Rez, because I've known you for a while, and you're on most of my streams, so it just made sense that if there's anything that needs happening that my bot doesn't catch out, you're there to do. I can, if you message me on Discord, I can add you into the mod group on Discord as well. But yeah, just familiarise yourself with the rules and that kind of stuff, and anyone's in breach of them, just delete the message. I'll go over more stuff when I've finished the stream and I get to message you. It's just because I did have to delete a word. I had to delete one of Forza's messages there. I understand he's talking about language at the moment, and it's nothing to do with religion. My stream is nothing to do with religion. It's literally just a point of I want to cater for everyone, and to cater for everyone means no bad language. It's also a point of I'm wanting to call it. That's the thing. If my bot sees it, or if my bot sees it, as soon as someone posts it, it gets deleted before anyone sees it. But all the things that get posted, if a bot, yeah, people might see them, but someone's going to be there to delete it straight away. Nah, that's the thing though. My bot is very strict. Rez knows how strict my bot can be. And yes, they can try and go around it, but if they go around it and they just carry on doing it, then they're just going to get banned from the chat. And they're not going to be able to chat at all. You can't ban a bot though, because the bot's a mod. And mods can't ban mods. Like my bot as well has got multiple different languages and different words in different languages that mean things that aren't suitable. Even though my chat is English, I try and keep the chat English, purely for the fact that I don't understand other languages, so it's easier to moderate an English channel or an English chat. Yeah, things just get complicated when it comes to streaming. But yeah, I keep things family friendly. I only stream on Team because sometimes I'm streaming with other people and we like to have a bit of a joke and a laugh. There has to be on the Team rating for that. I only ever go on to Mature if I'm doing a brand deal. I did a brand deal with Tomb Raider earlier this year for the release of the new Tomb Raider game, which meant for playing them games I had to be on Mature. But you can try and convince me all you want, it's not going to happen. Everyone has their own point of view of streaming, everyone has their own point of view of how they want to portray themselves and portray their stream and the community. And I welcome everyone. I don't care for... I don't care for... I don't care for bad language, don't care for anything like that. I only go as high as teen because, I only stream on teen because audio, like I said. And all the music isn't, like, non-explicit. And as soon as I hear one that isn't non-explicit, I pause a track, I'll cut that out of my playlist, and then skip to the next one. Yes, there is very toxic chats, very toxic streamers, and we don't like that here. We want to be a community where anyone can come in. Yeah, I don't want to know the users who are toxic streamers, because we don't like negativity in the chat either. Negativity or anything, we're open and welcome for everyone. I have reported other users as well. I have reported certain users for breaching terms of service. For being, I've even got reported. Yeah, I've even. Yeah, I've even reported partner streamers that have been in breach of. Why is that playing? Right. I just got damage then, didn't I? Why is that not? Why not? But yeah, I've literally sat on channel 1. Getting a Scania? No, I enjoy. I've driven Scanias. I've driven the majority of trucks in the game. I do prefer. Yeah. So I'm trying. I've driven in all the trucks. Driven in Scanias. Driven in Mercedes. Driven in Volvos, and I just prefer the Volvo. It's a smoother drive. It's a better layout of dashboard, so I can actually see what my speedo is, and see my speed, my cruise control, and other stuff as well. Now, paint job wise, I'm in a virtual trucking company. Me and a friend are co-owners of a virtual trucking company, so we kind of keep the paint job all the same. I'm proud to be British as well. For some time, my channel logo and visuals was an edited Union Jack. But I wanted to do like a kind of a channel reboot, rebrand. Well, it wasn't really it was kind of a rebrand. It was all new graphics, all new everything. And in that, I decided to take the Union Jack out of my branding. Can we not talk about anything to do with politics? Thanks, Raz. But yeah, oh yeah, so that's all right. There's call it. So yeah, I'm very proud of being British. I'm actually going over to America in the new year, so it's going to be fun going over there. Don't know what you mean by that, but even my mods have to be within rules as well. Like I've literally only modded him today because there's no one else to chat, and I've known Rez for a while, so I can trust Rez will make the best call on certain things. The resources section here, I've honestly got no clue. It's been a while since I've been to each of these sections, so Yeah. But I do enjoy the game, honestly. About to go back to old in a minute. I honestly have, like I said, I've got no clue. I just enjoy driving, honestly. It's a relaxing game to play. You can talk with chat. You can, yeah, just drive, chat, talk, see some good scenery, get some good deliveries done, explore. And also make some more money for the company. Talking about making more money for the company, we started the stream with 1.1 million. Nobody's perfect. I mean, I'm a mod for a lot of people, but I'm no perfect at it. Just, yeah. You can slip up every now and again. Honestly, everyone slips up every now and again. It's the people that do it persistently that are the most annoying ones. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think I started streaming just before the Scandinavia DLC came out. I started playing this regularly just before the Scandinavia DLC came out. Do you see the textures and the trees and strange what quality drop? To be fair, whatever quality I'm playing the game at as well, it doesn't help. I don't really notice them all, honestly. I'm mainly looking at the road and the scenery. The scenery is mainly for you guys. Yeah. To GTS territory. I don't know what GTS stands for. Germany something. German Truck Simulator. Yeah. These are mods for like 27 people and I'm going to remember all the rules. Sometimes they're kind of all merged into one. Yeah. Like, it's best to follow certain guidelines, honestly, when it comes to streaming up, no matter what you're doing. Like, everyone has their own set of rules, yes. The reason why everyone has their own set of rules is because they've had their own set of problems. I want to try and keep my chat family friendly. I don't want to talk about politics, religion, or anything like that. My stream is here just to basically try and cheer people up. Somewhat entertaining. And they can literally just come in here, just get away from the world. Not have to worry about other stuff. Of course, you've got like there is people that come in here that have school, homework they have to do, school, yeah, everything. So it's about finding the right balance as well. Because everyone can do things. UK, Germany, and Austria reported over from UK Truck Simulator and German Truck Simulator to ETS 2 because of time constraints. And they also had the Euro Truck Simulator 1 as well. World generally fails to be nice, so it's a nice place to get away from. Yeah. So nothing was from Euro Truck Simulator 1. Then again, I know they have completely. They're in the process of rebuilding the engine, which is also going along with obviously redeveloping all the everything else. I'm trying to remember when was it? I think it was around the Scandinavia. Yeah, Scandinavia DLC, which is when they changed their engine from the old engine to the new engine. So that means there's a lot more optimizations they can make, a lot more changes they can make. And it also helps with expanding the map as well. Yeah, okay. I know someone's got a UK truck simulator somewhere as well. This is going to be the next update. What's going to be the next update? This section. I can't believe I'm doing this. What? Can you not believe Jelly Bean? What's up? The Germany we work is currently only in North Germany. Yeah. Deciding use Edge for an entire day. Wow. That's some dedication to be able to watch the stream out there using Edge. They need to get rid of CD's road. Yeah. Jelly Bean, the other thing, if you're having trouble with certain browsers, try running like a CCleaner program. That kind of stuff. Yeah. That could work. Richie, thank you for the host. Much appreciated as well. You know the CD roads. Is CD roads before you get to the MP3 roads? Does that answer your question? I did that earlier. No worries, Richie. It's all good. I'm not really that good on geography either. Like, whenever geography was in school, I was like, do I really need to know geography? Here's a country, there's a country. If I want to go there, I'll do research on it before I go. Like America, I'm going over for Pac South. I've done research on the areas. I've done research on where things are. I know what I'm going to be doing when I'm there and that kind of stuff. So, yeah. CD road is the road that connects Calais to the river. Goes on. Oh yeah, so like Euro 2 road, yeah. It looks fun, honestly. I've never done ETS 2 before, so that might be something. I'm gonna have to make sure to copy links and not just click them because it won't open in Edge. And if I break the challenge, it starts all over again. I already hate this. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. And even Edge is going to Chrome though, so there is that. I had a weird email the other day as well. One of my accounts was trying to be accessed from a Windows 7 browser. But what? I don't have Windows 7, so that's definitely not me. I can't actually access that account anymore now. Not because the password or anything's been changed. It's the Topstiger Facebook page. It's under a business. It's under as a business name, a business account. And the thing is, I turn around and saying, "Oh yeah, the only way to get it back is sending some ID to prove it's you." It was like, I can't prove it's me because my name's not the actual name. Yeah. Ah, you're on the ETS 2 map. Nice. Links are banned by the bot. Yeah, links are, but the bot automatically gets links. If the bot doesn't get links, Catbot will get the links. So normally we've had a fight between Catbot and the bot trying to ban stuff. Yeah. You're gonna miss Germany. Yeah. Manor roads are still Germany in the rework, so yeah. You know what? I have the same problem with my original Epic account. Yeah, like my Facebook is under Topstiger. My name's not Topstiger, so I can't send them an account, like a photo ID for it. Like if there's no other way to prove it to get it back, so Facebook's kind of gone. To be fair, I didn't really use Facebook honestly. Like, I would love to just turn around and delete it. I hate Facebook honestly. I use Twitter. I prefer Twitter. The amount of stuff that's happened on Facebook over the last few years is like no. It just started dying. It started going like people just use it for fake stuff. I saw that years ago, and I only really use it to message friends that I don't have numbers of. That's it. You excited for the new Germany? We're going to cross it. I guess I'm excited for the new Germany. I think I might have already gone through it before. If in all honesty, I can't really tell the difference between old and new stuff. Keep an eye on the quality. I'll try to, but I can't really. I honestly don't see a difference in them. And Jellybean, thank you for the host as well, much appreciated. We're nearly there. Okay. Oh. But I saw that then. No idea what happened over there, but it doesn't look good. These balls like that. The fire people. Like I said, fire people. Because do you have to call them fire officers now? Because you can't say firemen. But you can. Well, yeah. Emergency services. There we go. Emergency services easy. I know it's being PC, but firefighter. There they go. That works. So I had 2FA and I had to. Well, yeah. Obviously you've grown up with. I've grown up with calling firemen, or fire officers, or firefighters. It's not PC. It's literally. Yeah. Lost the 2FA because then you count under email purchases done by PayPal under my online. Yeah. Weird, it's stupid, isn't it? Now pay attention to detail transitions. Well, I know they've added the new signs in. I know that's a new thing for the new parts. As for anything else, there's different styles of trees, I guess. Is the signs not new? This road is temporary. Okay. Oh, is these all the new like turn-offs and that kind of stuff? Yeah, I've seen these before. They're just a bit confusing. They're definitely more. It's Italian DLC kind of stuff. Like how their turn-offs kind of work. Or they're similar to it. France. I can't remember what countries I've seen them in, but yeah, I've seen them before. Yeah, the cloverleaf ones. But yeah, they also the pull out kind of the way you have to go to the right lane if you turn it off at any of them turns. Yeah. And obviously the signs and the overhead things, yeah. So yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's effectively stuff they've added into Pro Mods already. Because I know in the UK we've got the actual road signs in and I want to call them gantries overhead and the signs. I think that's the right terminology. Not 100% on that, but works in my mind, at least. Look at the fields. They are different. I will admit that as well. Yeah. Yeah, to be honest though, I've not used actually. The only time I've ever used. No, in fact, I haven't used Edge at all. Built upon to rebuild from scratch. Yeah, thought there would be. But yeah, I've never used Edge myself, honestly. Do I need fuel? I can do with some fuel. Get some fuel. Yeah, like I've always said since like day one Why do they not have truck stops? Why am I decoupling? Seriously? There we go. I want to do that. There we go. Well, yeah, so I've always said, why don't the truck stops have places where you can do drop-offs too? Deliveries too? Because, like, obviously they don't need fuel out here, so why can't you do fuel stops? France and Italy do. I've never seen a truck stop in France or Italy that has a delivery zone. Honestly, yeah. I've never seen one that does. Yeah, it also, I guess, depends on where you've got, where you're regularly driving to. But let's pull over here for a second. If we go to map here, when it loads up. Yeah, so I was going to say before, I've never used. Call it. That is it in? No, it's not in there that I can see, is it? Free roam, do those builds. You need to. Yeah. To be honest, I don't really do free roam. I literally do job to job, and I try to take the most paying jobs. But obviously, if I get more money from doing, like, if there's like trucking events on, I'll do trucking event jobs. What is it I'm looking for? Garage manager, that's the one. So I've got one in Frankfurt, which is like the central of the map. Got one in Sheffield for my UK base. I've done Sheffield because it's closer, like Sheffield and Manchester are close. Sheffield's more central UK than Manchester. Catanzaro at the bottom of Italy, I don't use that for my own jobs. And Burgers, I wanted to get one with the new trailers. And obviously to hire more people. I need to hire another driver and another truck for Frankfurt. I've got over 1 million, so I could possibly do that at some point. But yeah. There's a lot of different things, isn't there? Yeah, I do like these new truck stops. Now they definitely look like an actual proper service station kind of thing. But yeah, like I said, I don't do free roaming. I prefer to just go from place to place and drive there and get the money. And that way I'm always on the job and I'm always making more money. I've had jobs that are like $250,000 because they're the long jobs. I literally just drive from place to place, honestly. If it means driving new place, like to get to new pickup, I drive to new places. Then yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. No, press 0 and you can move around out of your truck. But I'm multiplayer. I'm pressing 0. Nothing's happening. I'm a dog person or a cat person. Need to enable special commands. Yeah. I honestly just prefer like the driving, like to get delivery load and stuff. But I'm a dog person or a cat person. I'm not. Like when I was younger, I nearly got mauled by a dog. So that wasn't good. So I don't like dogs from that. don't really like cats because of the fur. For one, my dad's allergic to both dog and cat fur. I don't like hair. Like, I don't like hair getting everywhere and that kind of stuff, so I won't like cats. So enabled Steam Cloud. Is there an online account thing? Is that Truckers MP account? Right, no. Have you launched the Truckers MP mod? Like from the actual exe file? No. You have to get the exe file. Install that. Right. Yeah. Install it. Make sure it links to where your installation is. You've installed the mod. Have you linked it to where your ETS is? Yeah, I honestly do love Germany. I love the whole of the maps, honestly. It's great driving roads. That's relaxing. In the file location where that's. So you've installed it. So you should now have, and obviously it's located. You located the ETS2 map, ETS2 folder. So you've installed it there, yeah. You then launch up the launcher. So it should be there should be a Truckers MP launcher on your desktop. I don't know. I've never been. Like I said, I've not been to the Baltics yet. So I'm going to go up to the Baltics and see. Right. So you launch the launcher. It'll then give you 2 boxes at the bottom. I think it's the bottom left box. Bottom right box is launch ETS2. You launch ETS2 from there. It'll then go into your Truckers MP. It'll then launch Truckers MP. Your ETS2 to a Truckers MP login screen. So you log into it there with your email and your password. Takes log in. If there's any what do you call it? If there's any terms of service, scroll down, click accept. Well, click the box and click accept, and then it'll load you up to your profiles. You then open that profile, and then that'll launch you into your menu. And then as soon as you hit drive, it'll load you onto the server. Or there'll be a way to load onto a server before that, after you logged in. I'm on Europe 1. I normally always play on Europe 1 because it's a simulation server. Euro 2 is just stupidly busy. Euro 1 can sometimes be busy. We've seen a lot of players today, actually, which has been good. But yeah, things just get crazy on there. Oh, well, low ping. Yeah. I do Euro 1 anyway because it's the one that has the most players on. That is like a simulation server. And people aren't just going to be crazy and stupid. And well, we've seen people drive the wrong side of the road already today. But you know what I mean. They have more respect for the rules. They try and keep the speed limits. They obviously do that. Here's the Berlin Ring Road. Yeah. I do like these new crossy bits. Like I actually watched a bit of Squirrel's what's it called? Trigen map mod, which they're doing the Netherlands, Germany. They currently have a road in the Netherlands, but they're going to be doing the whole of the Netherlands. They're going to be doing the whole of Germany and Belgium, and they're doing it to a 2-to-1 scale. So that's going to be a crazy map. You can tell the difference. Oh, Germany, New Germany now. A little bit. I know obviously the stupid old turn-ons off and there's new turn-offs and that kind of stuff, so I understand that bit. But the rest of it is just a drive, honestly. I do prefer the new turn-offs than the old ones. Yeah. But yeah, it was funny the person going the other way. But yeah, these kind of ones are just stupid. Like, yeah, you've got to turn off, and you can't. It doesn't really indicate that well on your GPS, which road you have to go onto. The one thing I would absolutely love to be added, or even a mod form of it that would work with multiplayer, is GPS voice. Can you imagine GPS voice? In so many yards, turn left, right, whatever. That'd be amazing. Those ones are just straighter. Yeah, I guess. Is that over 1 million sparks there, Raz, as well? Wow. If you can actually mod the voices like people do IRL. Yeah! Like, we don't even have a default... there's no way to do a default one to turn it. It's literally, you've got to watch where you're going. Well, so for instance... Someone made a TomTom sat-nav if someone made a TomTom sat-nav, or even a Google Maps sat-nav, or a sat-nav of some kind that works with voice. And then if there was already a way to use them, they were effectively built on what a TomTom sat-nav is, for lack of a better version. So it was built like a TomTom sat-nav. It had the voices from a TomTom sat-nav, and it would work with any voices that work with TomTom sat-navs. That would work. This area has got retouched, not rebuilt. Yeah, retouching and rebuilding is good as well. Add in a broader range of how it would actually look, a bit more in depth and that kind of stuff. Honestly, I can't tell what has been retouched and what hasn't. I know, obviously, where the new parts and the new turns are better than the majority. But everything else, I don't know, honestly. Like, I think these are sound walls that they've added in, unless they were... yeah, I think they've added in the sound walls there. Can't really think of anything else. Oh yeah, I forgot that was still a thing with loots. Currently the 18th, so we've got 2 days left. Those multicoloured sound walls were there. Like I said, see, I've not played this game for long enough to notice all the differences. All I'm here to play the game is to drive. Yeah, we're going east. That's one thing they can't do, is to make a go west joke. They should have to slow down for this. Maybe before I get a fine. Yeah. Now, I've only been to a handful of countries, in reality. I've been to... I've not been to France yet. I've been to Spain, Italy, what happened there? Oh, there we go. It just took a while. Back to the old, yeah. I'm trying to, what was I saying? Where I've been to? I've been to parts of... I've been to Spain, been to Italy. I don't think I've been to France. I've been to Monaco, or Monte Carlo, whatever you want to call it. Been to Gibraltar. Been to places in Spain and Italy. Don't think I've been to anything there in France. I have to check. It was like when I was younger, I went to like Mallorca or Palma, Mallorca. I think Mallorca's on Palma. And then when I was 13, so 10 years ago, I went on a went on a Mediterranean cruise. So I've been to Italy, like Rome, Sicily, Pompeii. I think I've been to Barcelona. No, I've not been to because the ship didn't dock in Barcelona, because obviously Barcelona's not on the shore. But there was an excursion to go to Barcelona if you wanted to. Where was that? I know it's where they've got like the F1. There's like an F1 in Spain that's like in the docks area. Yeah, like Italy's amazing. I'm trying to. Where is it in Spain where the F1 is? Like, if you know that, it's like one of the ports, or one of the port towns. Valencia's in mind. Yeah, I do like the France DLC. And the little windy roads and little small places as well. Kind of like how it is in Italy as well. I do like that. Small towns, thin roads, that kind of stuff. It's a tricky drive, but it's nice. New Germany looks like France DLC. Yeah, I can see that. I need to like have a look at the map of Europe, like the Mediterranean, to remember where I went. I think my favourite place was going to Monaco though. We had well, the excursion I went on was having a look around the Prince's private car collection, and that was a good one. And then we also got to walk around the racetrack. Obviously, well, the streets of the racetrack. That was amazing. Saw some original Ford GTs, Ford Mustangs, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. I think I saw a Zonda. Zonda F. Can't remember now. Didn't see any Bugattis because I wasn't really. I don't think there wasn't like the Bugatti Veyron 10 years ago, was there? Yeah. What else was it? Well, yeah, I also got to sit in a Ferrari 360 Spider. I think it was €65 to sit in a Ferrari 360 Spider as he went round the street circuit in Monaco. And going through the tunnel was the best ever. Hearing the roar of the engine, the driver had like slowed all the way down to let all the cars in front just to clear it. And we must have got up to about 60-70 miles an hour going through the tunnel there. Absolutely floored it. It was incredible. And if I was of age and had a driving license, it would have been €85 to drive it around the track. Can you imagine driving a Ferrari around Monaco? That would have been an even better experience. But sitting as a passenger was a great experience at that time. Being on the fence. Oh, this is the stupid old turn-offs. I really hate these. Now, if they were to do like a rebuild of American truck, I would love to see the what's it called? The new diamond stuff they've got. It's like a turn-off, which is I can't remember the exact name of something diamond. Divergent Diamond. No. Well, if I'm gonna head to bed, have a great stream. Good night. Thanks, Rez. Have a good sleep as well. What time is it? 9 PM. Yeah. How do you know about Germany being done in 2019? Because they did a whole live stream event where people asked them questions, and they literally broke down what they're going to be doing in the up and coming future. They're going for another night. No worries. The other nights are good, are always good. So there is like a blog post, there is a blog post that they released after that, stating their roadmap for the future. So they stated that obviously part of Germany was going to be done at this time. They're doing so much up to this date. They're doing the rest after that date. England's in the pipeline to get done by 2020, or at least get started by 2020, and that kind of thing. Can't remember exactly where everything, all the information is about that, but it is publicly available. That's why I was saying about the redoing France and doing Paris again, because that's what they said on their roadmap. Yeah, they might have redone parts of it in the past, but they're going to redo some of it in the future as well. I know they want to rework, I think they're going to rework all the countries and modernise them and add more detail into them. Obviously, with the 1 to 20 map scale, you can't really do certain things. You can only do so much with them. And at some point, I will be getting. I don't know, honestly. I think Luxembourg's the same time they're doing France, or they were looking at it. I know everything's on the map. If I can find it, I'll find it. If I can't, I can't. What country do you think will be last? I think probably England. Like, they want to redo England, yes, but is it going to be like straight away? No. It is on that list to do, but I don't think it will be. It's mainly because they're mainly focusing on Europe than anything else. I know they're trying to release 2 map DLCs a year as well. I think that's another thing. They're trying to do 2 DLC map. Yeah. One thing I would love to see them do is, because, do you know they did the racing event thing? I actually have racetracks built into the game. So, say in the UK, you can deliver to Silverstone, or they had Monaco in south of France. They had Monaco, and you can go from like Monaco to. They do something for racing, and they've got to go from Monaco all the way up to Silverstone, for example, or the other way around, and have them kind of ones that go on. I would also love to see like festivals and events added, so you can literally just pull into a field, and that field there is where, for instance, Glastonbury is going to be, say, in the UK. And you've got to take the event equipment to Glastonbury, or from Glastonbury somewhere else, or to another festival place as well. Island something, I can't read the rest of it because my bot's weird when it comes to scrolling sometimes. The island in Baltics? Maybe. But yeah, they have acknowledged what they want to do and what needs doing. And it's just a matter of them taking the time and doing things. I know they wanted to add more trucks into the game, and they've got I think they didn't name names, but it's in the works that they're going to be adding a new line of Scanias in. They're going to be adding a new line of other trucks in as well. Other company, well, for like they're going to say new Volvos in, new Scanias, new other companies. They can't officially talk about it yet because obviously they've got to go through the legal issues of this, that, and the other first. But they are in the works, and they are going to be added into the game. I believe they, like in American truck, they added a new Volvo in, and that was after a few years of talking about it. It takes a while to add things into the game, honestly. It's just going to be difficult for them all. How far have we got left of this job? Still nearly just under 500 miles. Well, it was a long one, wasn't it? A decent amount for it, though, so that's alright. Yeah. But yeah, so they've hinted at stuff they've got in the works. Other places they're wanting to explore and expand and redevelop. They might, when they do redevelop the UK, they might also add more places in and add that as a full DLC. So instead of doing an England DLC, they'll do a more. They've added. I think if they were going to add, say, Ireland in, they would bundle Ireland in with extra stuff for Wales, England, and Scotland. That would be a good one. That would be a good idea for them to do. And then that'll also go in line with the whole redevelopment of England in the UK. It's all a matter of how far they want to go, and how much time and effort they want to put into everything, and how far they're going to go. At all. Just realised I've been live for 2 hours. That's not bad. Time's kind of gone by fast. But yeah, I definitely want them to add Ireland in. If they add Ireland in, they have to add. Oh, well, going to add Ireland, Northern Ireland. They have to add in the Isle of Man and do a TT thing. Like, there's got to be a play. There's got to be like things where, yeah. Like when it comes around to the TT, they've got to be like delivering motorbikes or motorbike parts to the Isle of Man. Yeah. What else would they do? Don't think they're gonna add the Channel Islands in. Because what's the point of when they're doing it on a 20-to-1 scale, aren't they? They might move more into Russia. Don't think they will, honestly, though. I think they're doing St. Petersburg to add in the roads around them. Yeah. There's just a lot of stuff, isn't there? They could do. Definitely, I think they need to do Spain and Portugal. Well, Spain, Portugal, and Gibraltar. Or add Spain and Gibraltar as a DLC, and then when they redo England and add some new stuff in England, Wales, Scotland, and also add in Northern Ireland, when they do that DLC, add in Gibraltar then. That could be a good one. Yeah, they'll all work out in the end, won't it? I don't even know if I've been on these roads before. Can I was going to say, can I bring up the map, but then I won't still be able to see it on the map, will I? And I can't bring up the map while I'm driving. But this bridge looks new, so I don't think I've been on it before. Okay. Oh! That wasn't good. Let's try that again. At least we got no damage for that. That was just funny. What else could be good in this side of the game? I honestly don't know. Like I said, work the way down to Greece as well. That would be a good one. Don't know what the Greek area is called and that kind of stuff, but working the way down to there. They're effectively going to have all of Europe in at some point, and they're just going to end up adding developments onto it. Like they're just going to like work on the physics, work on the towns, work on the graphics, work on everything. So it's going to take them a little bit of time to get everything done. And then obviously when the whole of Europe's done, obviously they work moving on American as well. So you're going to end up doing the whole of America. Could they effectively merge everything all together into one? And then start moving over from Europe, start moving over through... Well, if they had the Russia in, that'll then open the way to like China, India, and all that kind of stuff on the map. So they could effectively add in every country over time as DLC. And it just won't be Euro Truck Simulator. It'll literally effectively be World of Trucks. And World of Trucks will be they'll add the name as World of Trucks. So the more DLCs they add, I wonder how that would work though, because they would make World of Trucks they would have to make World of Trucks a new game for Steam. And it would have to be priced more than buying all the DLC. Well, a bit less than buying all the DLC separately. But if you already had like American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator 2, would that automatically give you the key for World of Trucks? It would work, and they're obviously able to check what DLC you do have and you don't have. So obviously, if every time they brought out a new DLC, you've bought it, map-wise, that is, then you could move over to it. I don't know how that would work. But like I said, eventually, here's new territory. I saw a bit of a change then, I think. Yeah, you can definitely tell the scenery change. I don't even know what country I'm in now. Am I still in Poland or are you... Yeah, I'm still in Poland, okay. But it's like a new part of Poland that wasn't in it before, I'm guessing. Just so you can do the add-ons to the next bit. Gonna change it ahead again, okay. Yeah. But you know what I mean though, so if at some point they're gonna get to so much they're gonna add on so much stuff into the game, they're gonna have all the countries in Europe. Where do they go from there once they've added everything from Europe, they've updated everything, where do they go from there? This is what France looks like, France DLC. Yeah. But the thing is that it's not Europe, is it, anymore? That they can't call it Euro Truck Simulator if they've added everywhere else in. And they can't go over to America. Because, well, they won't be able to go to America, would they? Because obviously they've got American Truck Simulator. Yeah, so they've got American Truck Simulator. So that means they can't bring Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator together. But effectively, it's going to get to a point where they're going to have to. There's going to be nowhere else they can go. Like, it is kind of cool that... Obviously, with American Truck Simulator, they need to do all of North America, including Canada and Alaska and that kind of stuff. And then South America, Mexico, whatever else is South America, I can't really think of any, Brazil, that kind of stuff. But when they've added all of Europe in, what are they going to do after that? Are they going to do African Truck Simulator? Or Asian Truck Simulator? Or do they just add it onto everything? Here's Russia. Are we going into Russia? Is this actually a checkpoint for Russia? I like how it says cars this way, but no. Cars and buses only. Ah, yeah. I didn't see the barriers there, sorry. Don't mind me. The CCTV, yeah. Oh. Are we actually in? Going into... I need to see where we are on the map right now. First of all, before we go to that map. So I didn't think Poland and Russia was connected. Kaliningrad. So is this a separate country here? Now let's just Google this, because I wasn't sure Kaliningrad was in it. It is a city in Russia, okay. Didn't realise they had like a separate place for Russia. Russian province, so it's Russia but not Russia. It's like Gibraltar. But yeah, I understand why they've added that in. Yeah. Obviously, I think this is... Hang on. Is Ukraine already on here? Or is this Ukraine here? I know one of these must be Ukraine. That's Belarus. This must be Ukraine then. Yeah. Not very, like I said, I'm not very good in geography. So adding these in next could be good. And that means they'll have to add more of Russia in. I would love to see more of these up here as well. And then obviously move the way down to here. Soviet countries, yeah. And I know this is Greece here. Don't know what this country is. But obviously, the further across they go, the more obviously they're going to end up moving into Asia. Start at the border check, press enter. Checking your documents. Seriously? Wow, okay. And once you don't know... Turkey. Okay. Of course, I wouldn't know which one Turkey is. For one, Turkey's in Europe and Asia. Yeah. Well, for one, I don't eat meat, so that's why I didn't know what Turkey is. Even though it is Christmas time. Little joke. Probably didn't work. Yeah. So yeah, this is a Russian province. Weird. Is there another border checkpoint? Why is there another border checkpoint? Istanbul will probably be the only city in Turkey in the entity. Maybe. We're checking documents again. You've already done this. Because there was the Polish side and this is the Russian side of the checkpoint. I guess. Yeah. I just never knew there was a Russian province there. We've got 4 more checkpoints going. Oh, wow. There you go, Russia. What happens if I speed in Russia? So, does this part of Russia technically count as Europe? Because I don't even know if Russia counts as Europe, does it? Russian police don't mess around. Yeah. Oh, I recognise this kind of crossing here. It's where you see all them stupid YouTube clips from of people not respecting road rules. Other car crash compilations, yeah. Like, seriously, there was 2 traffic lights. I got a fine for going around a corner when I saw a traffic light change, thinking it was me. No. Yeah, Russia's just weird. You want to know what will be fun though? I know there's somewhere in the world where, obviously apart from, well, I know the crossing between England and Europe, you change sides of where you drive. Well, that's obviously going on into water, well, onto a boat, off a boat. I know there's a country in the world where there's some fan-angled way of driving around it that they have to do things. If that makes sense. Full of crazy people, yeah. This bit reminds me of Lancashire in the UK. Yeah. I was trying to think of a joke then, but I can't remember what a certain place is called. Let's see if we can do it. Right, let's just slow down so I can do this. Where is it? I know I've just like stopped in the middle of the street. That's what's it called. That's what it is. Are you sure that part of the UK didn't remind you of Salisbury? Oh, that's that part of Russia. Or is that a bad joke? Probably. Didn't get it. Right. Are you based in the UK for one? Because if you're not based in the UK, you probably won't get that joke. Yeah. So did that part of Russia not remind you of Salisbury? Salisbury, if that's how you pronounce it. Yes, that's the one. If you get that part, you might get the joke. If you have to Google that in Russia, that Salisbury in Russia, you will get the joke definitely then. Other than that, I don't know. Anyway. I like I keep saying that and my bot just deletes it. Because I'm on teen, you can't talk about that kind of stuff. No, it's literally age ratings. Nothing to do with being PC or anything, it's age rating. You can't talk about certain subjects on certain age ratings. And that's one of them, so my bot has banned it. And then my bot also bans too much things, yeah. No, it's not. Honestly not. It's literally what are and aren't okay for certain age ratings. Nothing to do with PC. If anything, it's to do with CP, which is child protection. Yeah. Just some weird. I can't believe we're still in Russia as well. I just kind of want to get out of it. Yes, but talking about that subject, or anything about that subject, and actually directing it towards family-friendly or teenagers isn't good. How Mixer handles streaming age ratings goes mainly off the ESRB ratings. Yes, there's ESRB ratings for games. So for games, yes, the ESRB ratings you have to go on them. But then ESRB ratings, they also go off that for how you are on stream. So if you want to talk about that kind of stuff, you have to be on an ESRB rating of mature to be able to talk about that. Why do I hate Russia and ETS2? I don't. I just didn't realise how big this part of it was. One thing I can't wait for is the ETS2 official call it. Do I really have to go around this way? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I do. Okay. Oh, those tower blocks as well. You can definitely tell those are kind of Russian. Checking all documents. There you go. Yeah, just some police. Now, do we have to go through another checkpoint? Or are we now in... Oh, this is a lovely bridge. I do like this bridge. Yeah, I'm gonna. I thought there was gonna be another checkpoint on the other side of the bridge. Unless they'll just let me drive through. Nope. We're back in the EU. There we go, checking documents again. There we go. Lithuania, nice. I think we have to drop off to Latvia. Yeah, there we go, EU sign. Yeah. Now, I know there's a certain road that's in Russia, but because it's the only way to get to a certain town in Estonia, anyone from the EU can drive on it. As long as you don't stop on that road. There's more checkpoints coming, probably. So yeah, so effectively, if you live in Estonia, there's a road, as long as you don't stop. Don't know what happens if you break down on it though, but as long as you don't stop on that road, you just continue to drive from one end to the other, you're technically in Russia while travelling back to the EU. And you don't have to do any form of visas, forms or anything. So yeah, that's a little cool little thing. Yeah, I only literally bought this DLC like the other day. Not that many people over here, surprisingly. I'm liking the DLC so far, yeah. Like, it's different. And adding more interesting places to drive through. Germany or Baltic? I don't know what you mean by that. I'm talking about being in the Baltic DLC because I only bought it today. It's looking good so far. Oh, this is a very weird setup for what? So you're going up here to go to a roundabout to go onto the... What? Very weird. This is one of those newfangled roundabout things to keep the traffic running smoother. Or slower. Possibly. But yeah, this is it's a lot better thought out, this like entryway. Right now, I want to just drive around the Baltics because I want to explore the new places on the DLC. I honestly just enjoy driving around the whole of Europe, and they're all fun drives. This one's a bit of a long one, though. I will admit it's a bit of a long one, just to deliver some Christmas candles. Yeah. Now here's a question: in those parts of Russia, can you own a garage in Russia? I'm guessing you can because they've got new. Yeah, I was gonna say because they've got new trucks and that kind of stuff. So that's gonna be a fun one. Taking things in and out of Russia for deliveries. That'll be a fun one. Yeah. Yeah, North developed Baltic Day. Yeah, I've got a friend that lives in Estonia, and I would love to go over to Estonia like visit and that kind of stuff. But I kind of do. There's a lot of cultures and what's the word? Cultures and atmospheres of countries that I want to go over and experience, kind of thing. St. Petersburg. I know St. Petersburg's in the Baltic DLC. Oh, we've actually got a driver over here. I like that to actually see people on the. To be fair though, there's a lot of people in Italy. So when I've been in Italy, so seeing people in the Baltic DLC is good. Yeah. I do like these turn-ins and turn-offs though. Very well done. But yeah, so I'm going over to America in January. After this video, well, I'm live streaming this before Christmas, but the video for this on YouTube won't be going out until after I've been to America. In fact, I'll be flying back the day this goes live. Which is kind of another funny thing to think of. But yeah, so America's one of the places I've wanted to go to for years. I don't know how long I've wanted to go to America, but I want to just. I'm going for a gaming event, so I'm not going to be able to. I'm not doing the touristy stuff. I'm going to a gaming event for gaming related stuff, for Mixer, for that kind of thing. And I'm actually going to be experiencing America. Like the culture, the food, the atmosphere, the way of life kind of thing, like day-to-day stuff. All these pylons are inaccurate. Maybe. Yeah. I just love how from the top it looks like a drone. These kind of roads. Overleaf roads or whatever you call them. Or turn-offs. They look like a... they look like a drone. Yeah. Well, yeah, so it's going to be a fun experience going on to America. I've got everything. The only thing I haven't got sorted at the moment is luggage. I mean, motorways in Latvia and Estonia. Yeah, they've more got like country road things. Well, not country road things, but more. What do you call them? Yep, we're in Latvia. So that means my delivery will be somewhere soon. What do you call it? But yeah, so I've got my airport lounge pass I need to get, which my sister's actually sorting out for me. And to the stuff that I need to. There we go, new place discovered. Awesome. What's it called? But yeah, and I also need to sort out luggage. Like what baggage I'm going to take. So that'll be a fun one. There's lots of motorways though. Yeah. Like, driving roads are always good, I guess. Why is that flashing green? Oh, because it's about to change. We made it. For motorways or minor roads. Honestly, as long as it's a good driving road, I don't mind. But I do prefer the more windy, twisty roads than like a full straight. But either way, they're all good, I guess. But yeah, so other countries I want to go to includes like China and Japan. So to be in the culture, to be in the the culture and that kind of stuff. I'm tempted at some point in, well, maybe next year, maybe the year after, or sometime. I want to have like a week just relaxing in a, let's say, go to Spain, for example. Well, wherever I can get a cheap like apartment to rent, where I can cook my own food. Maybe if I've got a friend over there in that country that can kind of show me these pylons are accurate here. Okay. Oh, them ones up there. Okay. But yeah, so somewhere where I can actually just like be involved in the culture and that kind of stuff. The others are Italy. Yeah. That'd be good though, wouldn't it? Going abroad. Go into a place where you can literally learn about, well, not learn about their way of life and culture and that kind of stuff. I don't want to just think stupid. Okay. Where I am, we've got a few Polish families. I went to school with a few. I went to school with a few Polish people. Went to well, there's a lot of like European people here as well. But there's a lot of good-looking Europeans, I'm gonna say. But yeah, I do want to learn accents. Well, not accents. I want to learn some languages. I want to be involved in people's cultures, and like I don't want to go to Italy and be like, oh, I don't want to go to Italy and say eat English food or what I perceive to be Italian food. I want them to let me know what is their actual Italian food. Yeah, pasta, obviously, but authentic. That's the one. Toby Carvery is nice. Now I've been to Toby Carvery when I used to eat meat, and I've been to Toby Carvery when I don't eat meat. I've also done the breakfast as well, like the Toby Carvery breakfast. Yes, like they've even been a vegetarian as well, or it's not vegetarian and pescatarian. It's just a vegetarian that eats fish, but and seafood. So ordering like just a fish dish or a vegetarian dish at Toby Carvery was good. No. Now, I originally stopped eating meat because well, for one, I want to start eating healthier. I wasn't really eating that much meat to start off with anyway. I want to eat a lot healthier, actually. And that kind of stuff. I know like eating too much meat can be bad for you. You don't gain weight by eating meat. You do know that's wrong. Like, you gain weight no matter what you eat. But either way, that's not the point. It's like, I work during the summer. During the summer last year, I started a job working at events and festivals. I followed that on this summer, being supervisor. Next year, I'm going to be manager. And I saw how I've seen the backsides of places. I've worked in McDonald's in the past. I've worked at other places, and I've seen how their meat is produced, and there's too much processing and gunk and fat, salt and stuff that gets put into them kind of foods. It's just not nice, honestly. Do I remember Galactica? Don't know what you mean by Galactica. But either way, I've chosen not to. I'm going to stay that way. When I go over to America and Texas, I'm going to stay that way as well. He came onto your stream, didn't he? Galactica? I don't know. I've had so many people come in and out of the stream that I don't remember everyone's name. But either way, it's my choice. I don't eat meat. It's up to everyone else what they do and don't eat. Obviously, there's certain restrictions on that. Obviously, if you're allergic or that kind of stuff as well. So, yeah, I just chosen not to. Yeah, no. Yeah, the only reason I ban people is if they break the rules. And one of the rules is not to talk about religion, politics, and basically what the rules are, what my rules are. And some people decide to do that, which means that they don't respect the rules, they don't respect the channel. If he continues to do that after being warned not to, they get banned from that. So if people are banned, they're banned. They're not going to get unbanned. No, I don't. It doesn't matter if people object to my decisions. It's the rules of the chat, and I'm not religious myself. I just don't see a point in people talking about it. There we go. I just don't want to. Like I said, my channel is here for everyone. As long as you're respectful of the rules, you're respectful of each other. Yeah. So if people aren't respectful of each other, respectful of the rules, and that kind of stuff, then yeah, they're not going to end up being. They're going to end up getting banned from the chat. Now, let's look for some. I was going to say Christmas decorations. That goes all the way down. I don't want to go all the way down. Like, is there any cheaper Christmas crackers? Over to Norway. That could be interesting. That's going back down to Poland. I want one that goes up this way, though. There's going to be something that goes up that way. Several cheeses. Any more Christmas stuff? It depends. If people are really constant, well, it also depends on the severity of the offence or the rule break. If they totally don't care about the rules and just constantly keep it going, then they're completely gone. If they've been warned a few times and then they keep going on about it, but not to a massive degree, then it's literally just yeah. So they can be. It depends, honestly. Where's the other one? Yeah, if someone's banned from chatting, they're banned from chatting. As for timed out, I don't know. I know people are banned from chatting. They can still watch the stream. They just can't chat. But if someone is banned from the chat and they're asking for being unbanned, and they're asking people to turn around and say, "Can you unban them?" They will end up getting banned themselves. So I would strongly advise against if people, yeah. Yeah, no, well, it doesn't work because if someone's been banned from chat, not only do, well, if someone's been banned from my chat, not only does the mod screenshot what they've been banned for, they post it into my Discord to show why they've been banned, with an explanation, well, with the reason for why they've been banned, and they've been banned for that reason, and they're not being unbanned. No one's going to get a second thing. If they've been completely banned, they've been banned. If they've been timed out, by the other hand, that gets then logged as a timeout. No one never unbanned. Once it's come to a point of banning someone, they will not be unbanned. Well, I'm not holding Gudrun's. They didn't respect the rules the first time, so they would have had multiple chances. Well, depending on how severe the rule break was, like I said, they would have had multiple chances to stop. They've obviously continued and they got banned. If they've been banned from blatant straight away, they've been banned. As for terms of service, breaching terms of service, they will not only get banned, they will get reported to Mixer and the staff, and they'll get dealt with that at their end. So, like I said, if they break a rule once, and it's a minor rule, or it's a minor offence, they will be warned. If they carry on and they keep breaking the rules, they get banned. There has been a guy who has attacked a cat. No clue. So yeah, so anyone that gets banned, everything gets recorded, the times out get recorded. If they're constantly getting timed out, they will end up getting a full ban. Anyone that gets a full ban gets a reason for the ban that my moderators let me know of, and there is no second chances. Because once, yeah. If it happens once, it'll happen again. I'd rather it not happen again, so wants to ban the ban. Nah, because I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people, like, I can understand people having what do you call it? How do I put it? I can understand people that have like ADHD. I was gonna. Oh, I didn't realise it's actually open. Sure. I was gonna say medical. What do you call it? Yeah. But I can understand people having, yeah, some medical issues, but that's not an excuse for not following rules and understanding. Well, I can understand them not understanding it, but for following the rules and that, once you get warned, yeah. And it's not being discriminative against anyone. It's anyone can make an excuse about anything. They can use whatever they want as an excuse. That just doesn't go. Honestly. Like, if they turn around and say, "Oh, it was someone else on my account," then Well, there's no way to prove that, is there? So yeah, you can't trust anyone. If they've broken the rules once, if they've broken a rule once, they'll get warned, and the message will get deleted. If they continuously break the rules, they'll get timed out. If they continue after that breaking rules, they get a complete ban. But like I said, every timeout gets recorded, every ban gets recorded, and any reports get recorded. With reasons and evidence, so we don't just turn around and go, no. I think once there was an honest mistake with banning someone because the mod clicked the wrong person's account. Yes, we will unban them because it was flagged up when that happened. But yeah, we don't want unban. Right, going over the ferry. Gonna be a fun one. The mods get taught what they do and don't do. Like, you heard when I said about adding res to the mod. I added Resident Virus to become a mod. Yep. It's against me. If it's like I said, if it's completely against Mixer terms of service, they're gone. They're not only banned from the chat, they get flagged for it. They will get reported to Mixer with evidence provided with them. Because we're not having that kind of stuff in the chat. We're not having that sort of stuff on Mixer. If someone comes in and their account is not appropriate, which is also a terms of service violation, they get banned instantly. Don't know what I mean about that. But if someone gets reported to Mixer, it's for terms of service violations, which you have to report to Mixer under the terms of service. And as a streamer and as moderating and people are moderators for streamers, they are taught this, and that's what they have to do. There's no ifs and buts about it. That's what has to happen. They can try that, but it's not going to happen. Like, anyone can say anything. Like, any terms of service break that means reporting to Mixer means a ban from the chat, a report sent off to Mixer, and then it's up to them what happens. I'll speak up. Yeah. And anything that happens from that is Mixer's responsibility. Yes, the person can go off on one on social medias and that kind of stuff, and that means they just get banned on social media. And then reported on social media for breaking their terms of service. You can't... Right. Any terms of service violation, you have to report to Mixer. There's no ifs and buts about it. That's how Mixer works. That's how Mixer's moderated. Mixer's moderated by some paid staff, some mostly volunteered staff. And I'm like I said, I am hopefully at some point going to get potted on Mixer, and this is the kind of stuff you have to do. There's no ifs and buts about it. If someone breaks a term of service, they have to be banned from chat, they have to be reported. No. You can't, because you have to report them. and you not reporting them for the first, you saying that means that they're just going to go to another channel and say it again, and then they'll get reported. You may be relaxed, but the terms of service is there for a reason. It's because the service is effectively team rated. The majority of this Mixer, unless you're on an 18+ stream, has to be PG. Because that's just because it's Mixer, it's Xbox, it's Microsoft. The only reason it goes to mature is because of mature games and like mature language. Any breach of terms of service 100% needs to be reported straight away. No matter it, never give them a second chance. You have to block them from your channel, you have to report them. And you not doing that, you're not following Mixer terms of service yourself. Nah, right. How the ages have worked on Mixer is obviously if someone's got an Xbox, if someone is on Xbox that are, I don't know what the actual ruling of it's called, but it's the law where people have to have an internet account must be over the age of 13. The saying age on Mixer itself is, in my chat personally, is a no-go. Because as soon as they say anything about being below the age of 13, instant block, instant report. There is one exception. You can delete it as long as you know, as long as you have been made aware previously or at the time of that happening that they are watching with a parent or guardian. So there is certain exceptions to the rule, but they are very explicit, like fine line guidelines. That's the thing. If someone says they're under that age, you have to report them because it's against the law to have them on the Mixer. And it's just everyone has their own different rules. That's what I'm going to say. I don't allow ages in my chat. I don't allow a lot of stuff in my chat, and that's mainly because I'm wanting to be within Mixer terms of service. I want to be able to keep the community as family friendly as I can do. Yeah. Right. If they say an age anytime, that message gets deleted and they get and people reiterate no ages. If they carry on, it's a ban because they've carried on and it's against my. They've been warned not to mention it, and they've carried it on. Yeah. That's like I said, it's different from streamer to streamer. A lot of the people that try and keep family friendly have certain rules for their channels that they want to follow, and if people don't follow those rules, they're gone. People get a warning for certain rules, people get instant ban for other rules. Terms of service gets instant ban, instant report. There are the what do you call them? They are like for the 13 thing, if someone says they're watching with a parent or guardian, it's the parent or guardian's responsibility for the child not saying that. There's no way to officially prove that, but so anyone would say that I'm not what. Yeah, it's very. But yeah, everyone does their own thing with that, but you should be following terms of service no matter what, and reporting people for breaches of terms of service and banning them from your channel. And then if you've got your own set of rules for your own channel, follow them. Yeah. Like, I know a few streamers that if there is a terms, if there is I know a few streamers that don't ban them completely. They just literally time them out for as long as they can. Probably for the fact, because they're partnered, and even if they're timed out from chatting, they can still use stickers and give them sparks. Like if someone was to come into if I was partnered and someone was to come into my chat and spam messages, they would get timed out. If they came back and spam messages again, they'll get timed out again for a bit longer, and then if you choose to come back and then start spamming again, that's a ban. It's kind of three strikes you're out for spam. If they were to come in and spam sparks, I wouldn't mind. They can spam sparks all day long. And even when they're timed out, they can spam sparks all day long. Yeah, it's just different people's styles, different people's policing and rulings and that kind of stuff. Rules and then policing of the rules. But I do personally, I try and teach my staff what rules should be followed, what rules are instantly gone, they're instantly gone out of chat, and which rules are they get 1, 2, 3 warnings kind of thing. Pretty rare for me to. But we're in Sweden then. Pretty rare for me to ban someone for a channel rule violation. What if they're constant about it? Like they literally, they break the rule. You time them out. They come back. They break the rule again. You time them out. Now, I'm not willing to say that because it's the mods to know. Because if I was to say which ones, someone would literally come in. I'm honestly not going to say. Because someone would come in and just do that one thing and then they're gone. And it's a way to test, isn't it? But yeah, everyone has their own rules and their own policings of the rules. Some people try and bypass the bans, which is then a terms of service violation for creating a second account to get around a chat ban. And then if they're accessing it from Xbox, their Xbox will not then be allowed to access the internet, or I have heard of that. I'm not 100% on that, but I've heard of someone, or I've heard rumours of someone that has tried to evade a chat ban on an Xbox, and they've had their Xbox then not allowed to connect to the internet. They can say sorry, but then they can't. They have banned once. They've been banned once. They're going to get banned again. It's the same person. They don't get a second chance if they're completely banned from the channel. Yeah. I've even had, like I said, I've had someone come to me saying, my friend was banned on your chat, can you unban them? It's like, no. And then they start protesting it, and then they get banned, because they don't respect the moderator, they don't respect the rules. The thing is, though, as soon as you unban them, they're on a one strike, they're out, I would say. There's a fine line for me unbanning someone. Now, I'm not going to say what the fine line is, But there's a fine line for me unbanning someone, and if they breach that ban or breach the terms of being, if they were to get that, is so 1 strike you're out. No, I have been on other sites, and they do not learn from PBAN. If anything, they try and push you even more. They try and get around the rules more, which is just no. So I don't know if I've actually unbanned some. I might have unbanned someone, and there were certain rules that they had to follow. Not going to say who, not going to say what, but yeah. Now the thing is, I've been put on the front page before. I'm part of a Discord channel. Part of a Discord channel where I can literally say, "Yeah, so many people in my chat. Can you come on mod?" And like some of the moderators for the biggest channels on Mixer. Some of them are staff. I have a bot that deals with a lot of it. I have Catbot, which deals with a lot of stuff. So I've had people come in and try and troll, and I've had my boss just got through it. So I could have someone that, if there wasn't a mod in the chat, I could have someone within the chat within 5 minutes. Just sort that kind of stuff out. But yeah, I've been on the front page where I've had 2,500 people in my chat. Watching it in the chat. I've been 2,500 people, and my bot's been able to keep up with that. I've been able to get moderators in to help out with that. And surprisingly, though, with the bot being there, a lot of people end up just saying, "Oh, I can't do anything," and they'll just move on. That's why I have a strict bot. Where those occasions happen. And everyone will deal with that in a different way. Now here's a question. What would you do if you had no moderators in your chat? Do you have a bot that can handle things or anything? And the majority of times when you do get a lot of people in your chat, staff members kind of seem to see that, and they will come and actually help out without actually you being aware that they're there. Yeah, I'll keep streaming, but I'll still be able to contact people and say, well, yeah, I need someone in the chat right now, and it would happen. So as long as they were next to a computer or near a computer, they could be in the stream straight away. And like I said, I've had to have that done before. I didn't have any moderators in the chat. I was put on the front page. This time I think it was 500 people. I think it was on Eurotruck as well, surprisingly enough. But to be fair, never known a 4chan raid to happen on Mixer. Maybe other streaming sites, yes, but not here. How far have we got left of this? 600 miles. Why every time do I look does 600 miles come up? What would Cat do if there was one? Well, they would help, I guess. That's what they're there to do. They're there to help the community, and if someone's in help, that needs help, they will come in and help. If people are constantly getting reports from the same channel for breaching terms of service, I have known staff members to come into into a channel and moderate, and as soon as someone breaches terms of service, they're instantly gone. Like, you won't even see it in your own chat because they're instantly gone. Well, no. You can do whatever you want, honestly. It's your stream. If you want to ban someone for breaking the rules you've put for your chat, then you do you. If you don't. If you don't ban for terms of service, you'll probably end up, if a staff member ends up in your channel, you don't ban for terms of service breaks, you'll get banned for not reporting someone for a terms of service violation, or banning them from your chat yourself. Go through TOS with a fine-tooth comb, and you will realise some things that you don't know. That's the only thing I can say. I've done content creation for a while now, so I know the ins and outs of the kind of copyright laws, rules, regulations, that kind of stuff. So I'm no stranger to all this. I could quite happily just sit here. Yeah, I'll be fine. Quite happily just get someone into chat and ban them all straight away, if needs be. Anyway, that's enough talk about rules and bannings and that kind of stuff. Meant to be here about the game. Gone on for that for long enough. I think this is going to be the last drop though, because I've been live for over 3 hours now. As much as it depends when I get there, how I feel. But I do want to get something to eat, so we'll have to see. Yeah, it's pretty good. Been a good little stream today, honestly. Oh, this is a... I don't think I've been up this. I think I probably have. I do prefer these new kind of road layouts and ways to go from place to place. Well, this is a bit weird where you go from one roundabout to one roundabout. Wow, I got damage on that, that's not good. Yeah, I mustn't have been this way before because it's all weird new road layout things. Oh, there's another driver on the road, that's good. It's been a while since we've seen another driver. I think the last time we saw one was in Russia. Well, yeah, might be over that way. Yeah. I'm looking forward to tomorrow though. We're going to be back on Minecraft tomorrow. There's a lot of stuff I need to get done for my storage system on there. So yeah, we've got a lot of different. We've got to get at least 2 of everything that I've got in the storage system. So 400 odd items. Fun. I like these auto passes. I prefer the auto passes than actually having to stop. It's just easy to get to and from, isn't it? Now with us going up here, I'll actually be where my Well, I've got another depot, another garage, whatever you want to call it. Might actually be a good place to stop. Get repaired, get fueled up at the garage. Unless I need to upgrade the garage to fuel up that. I think it's all in level 5 already, so I think I can fuel up that. Not level 5, but we can have 5 people in it. Don't care about the little roundabouts either. I will admit I do like this little drive up, going all through all the caves and that kind of thing. And these weird roundabouts in caves as well. Don't understand them, but yeah. It's all good. There we go. Back up to speed again. Yeah, we're heading all the way up to the north of Norway. This will be the 3rd job. So that's 3 out of 12. Wow. Yeah, we've still got quite a lot to do. But at least we're making progress. Yeah. Might end up doing a bonus stream this week, depending on how long this goes on for. Might be over the Christmas New Year period. Which if I do a bonus do a bonus stream this week, and then obviously Christmas Day, and another bonus stream, that's 3, 6, 9, 12. So, yeah. So today, next week, another bonus stream this week. Obviously, Christmas Day stream, and then a bonus stream after that. Might work. As long as they average 3 per stream, we're good. Probably be better if I averaged 4, but oh, this is that weird turn off one again. Yeah. Need to explore some of these areas more. Try and get more roads on. I only really get the roads when I'm on the job, because like I said, I don't really do anything else on that kind of front. Yeah. Then again, I can always reroute the drive to go on routes I've not been before. Work. As long as I'm not like double backing up on myself, I think. Like going down one road just to go back down that road to go up this way. Wouldn't make sense. But yeah. Yeah, there's obviously a lot of places around here that I need to like pick up. And I could honestly just go and drive there now and pick them up, but no, I'll keep on to the job, on the drive. Yeah. This is kind of a long trip, another 300 miles to go. Only getting 41,000, which isn't bad. But like I said, at least we've made 3 deliveries today. This is our 3rd delivery, isn't it? Yeah, so I went to Paris, then up to Latvia, then now over to Norway. Gone around a lot of the map today, haven't we? It was a long one though, so we could, if we had been able to choose like, if we were chosen carefully and got like the lowest distance that had all the Christmas stuff on, we could have done probably a few more. Obviously we didn't, so we're left here. Now I could obviously have a break, and then come back and keep streaming. But I think 3 for today is good. And it's going to be at least 3.5 hours nearly. It's 3 hours 20, so this is going to be at least 3.5 hour stream. Which is great, good, honestly, because I do like long streams, but I've done streams for some times where I've been 16 hours. That was a bit long. I did have company with me for a lot of it, like a convoy drive kind of thing. That was crazy. Oh, it's got a train. Nice. It'd be good if you could honk your horn at a train that would honk my horn back. Obviously not. That's one thing I would like to see in this. In here more, or like in the truck, would be a clock. Because I don't want to pull up like anything. I don't want to pull anything up to see my clock. I would love to see it in the cockpit. Yeah. Like if the phone had welcome back, Forza. Can you imagine if the phone had like the time on so you could see what the time was? That'd be a good one. Just so when you're in simulation mode, you can just look over and see it. You're still safely driving. It's not like you're lifting your wrist up and taking your hand off the wheel to see the time. But it's still in your vision, so we can still see the road, so you're still safe. Because a lot of clocks nowadays, a lot of cars nowadays, or vehicles, have clocks built in. So why doesn't this one? Unless it does and I just can't see it. Oh, it's a USB slot, that's new. Don't think I've noticed that USB slot before. Yeah. I guess that's your dash charger, or when you've got music on. That'd be cool if you had like a cable going from your phone to the USB when you had music playing. As well. Oh well, music in game, because obviously I don't have the music in game, I have it on a separate program. Yeah. I do think this is going to be the last drive though. 5 missions. It's all good then. I do like these windy roads. These windy roads are very nice. Definitely peckish, definitely need something to snack on after this. I've got a mushroom stroganoff. That'd be nice. I need to read up on this more for when the World of Trucks event finishes. Because I want to get this one done because it's a Christmassy one. I need to figure out why my call it mod's not working. Wintry mod's not working. Because it's activated, it's just not on. If it's ticked, is that disabled? And then if you untick it, it's enabled? We can't really do tab. Because if I do... Well, I can. Ah. So yeah, it's ticked. We'd have to untick it. Discord rich presents, don't know what that means. But that works with the player map thing. Okay. We're still heading all the way up to Virgin. Yeah, I just don't know why the Windscreen mod's not working. Whenever I do the next one, I'm going to have to figure that out, aren't I? I didn't really have enough time to bug fix things as well before I started this stream today. Nothing bad with that, it's just, yeah. 2 days till Christmas, I have to go out shopping. It's kind of limited when I can go out shopping. Oh. Oh, this is where that spaghetti things happens. Oh, fun. Probably should be checking emails while driving. Literally taking this as one step at a time. Oh, 12 damage, that's not good. What, did the trailer get any damage? I only got 1% still from that one little crash. Probably could have chosen a better... Oh, a trailer got damaged well then, wasn't good. I should probably stop checking my emails while driving, that's not good. Definitely not. I keep saying that, but then I'm doing it anyway. I got a wrong way of fence, I'm on the right side of the street! Alright, turn that off. Let's drive this properly. With a lot of damage already. Good. I like how I've got a visit services thing up. Fine! Don't have to worry. Get there in one piece. Might be a little bit battered and bruised, but it'll be one piece. Now I need to do something stupid on one time when I'm streaming, and that's just drop the trailer while I'm in mid delivery. Now that'll be completely stupid, but it'll be fun as well at the same time. Just see what happens when you just drop the trailer. Yeah, I definitely have to start slowing down for this because I don't want to topple the trailer. How long have we got left of this actually? 100 odd miles, we'll be fine. Get this delivered. Don't need any fuel, so we're good on that front. Always good with fuel because I've got like the eco driving max. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need to check how my other drivers are doing with their skill point things, which I can do after I've dropped this one off. Yeah. I like how it's 50 miles an hour, like I said, we're going 55. It's fun. Oh, there's traffic lights. Really care about the traffic light fences right now. There's no vehicle coming in the way, so we're safe. Now, if we had traffic on, that would be another story. That's going to be another one. Doing their own multiplayer. That'll be fun. With traffic as well. That'd be interesting. And if you can do modded as well, if you could like rent your own server and do modded, they've got to like do a modded server. Like as long as everyone had the same like mods installed, it would all work. Or if they didn't have these mods installed, it would download it from the server to be able to actually be able to play it. That'd be a cool concept. Now we've got all the weird turny roundabouts in the mountain. Does this time do we go over us or do we go under us? Can't remember. Well, seeing as though there's nothing here, I think we go under us. Yeah, let's slow it down a bit. Yeah, this would be a lot of fun if it was a one scale. Oh, we've got a driver. The first time I've seen another driver. In these kind of parts as well. So I guess hopefully we just don't break down. That'll be bad. Yeah, I think he's going to speed limit and we're not. So we're safe there. If you end up breaking up, there'll be plenty of space for them to turn to get past us. No worries at the moment. And then we've got another bit in the. I love this bridge as well. It's a really nice bridge. That's not traffic light. That's just a speed thing, isn't it? Go. I heard the gearbox go a little bit then, that wasn't good. Who's this guy called? Frederick, Germany, not bad. I think we might just have a better truck than him so we can accelerate quicker. We've got the toll booth. This one we can just slide past. Yep. We've got 1.3 million, that's not bad. Let's cruise back up. In a minute I fully stopped. Possibly. Maybe not. They're just going a little bit slower. Probably the speed limit. We're not. But then again, we're able to kind of control the speeds. Control the vehicle at this speed. We'll end up seeing them again at some point, probably. Yeah, it's always fun though. It's good. Enjoyable. That guy's still... Yeah, I'm still losing a bit of distance on him. Well, still gaining distance away from him. Then. Yeah. All good. No, don't care about speeding tickets. Got plenty of money. We just need a lot more. I think I might teleport back to the UK or teleport somewhere else to find like less distance drives. Frankfurt might be a good one just to get like slow, but not slow, but low distance drives. How long we got left? 22 miles. Awesome. This guy's still following us. We just happened to kind of go to that roundabout at the same point. Yeah, we're all good though. Well, it's been a very fun stream today. We had this weirdnesses kind of thing. Different things have happened. Different things, yeah. It's been a good one though. Free deliveries for down for the Christmas stuff. Yeah, carry on with them. I have to let Cookie know, and hopefully we can get another stream in with Cookie at some point to get in on it. Should be that far from delivery. No. Even do an extra few if needs be when we're with Cookie. Probably gonna have to start off with Frankfurt because I don't think Sheffield. So I don't think it's got anything elsewhere. Yeah, we will be good. We will be good. Still like a far distance to go. Like you said, 22. Yeah, we're 1 mile away. I was gonna say, yeah, we should be seeing it soon. Yeah, it's all good though. I don't think I've been this far up, so we're getting a little bit more of a new road. That was good. Well, you've not been somewhere before, it's always good getting more roads, more drive, more area. I think this might actually be. Is this going to be the end of the road? You can go no further. This section. I was going to say I thought it was a turn, but no, it's just a curve. This guy's going to the same place to deliver. Wow. Awesome. Oh, it's literally a ferry. And should drop off there. There's non-collision zone, that's good. Pretty simple turn around. There we go. Reasonable. Let's just see results. We've up to level. That's good. No more levels up. We've done 3 out of 12. When does it finish? Doesn't say. Doesn't say. Well, we'll see what happens. Let's go to the world map. Let's see where the nearest place is to get fixed up. Got 40% of the roads. That's not bad. So it's in here. There we go. We'll go around that way. Nice. We'll go in here, we'll get ourselves fixed up. We'll see how our other drivers are doing. Yeah, it's all good. Then we're going to see if there's anyone else for us to go and host. Starting to be a bit tired now, which isn't good. So I'm going to be up for a little bit longer today. Well, I've only been up for 7, 8 hours. Then again, I need something to eat, so that's probably what it is. Get this new road in. And turn into there and get ourselves fixed. Awesome. Services, repair all. Still got 1.3 million, which isn't bad. See how our other drivers are doing with all their stuff. Driver manager, how are you doing? You have got no. You're doing your fragile. You've got all your high value. So now you're going to do fragile. Value. You're still doing your high value. Still got high value to do. Then you'll do your extra road distance. You're doing your high value, then road. Doing high value. You've still got one more eco driving. Come on. So have you. You've done all your eco driving. Wow. Okay, we do long distance now. You've got all your eco driving. Stick you on long distance. You're on to long distance. You're on eco. You've done all your eco. Wow. Long distance as well for you. You're still doing your eco. Nice. Everyone's making a bit of money. Some of them haven't made money today for some reason. What are you doing? You're on a delivery. That's good. Good. I am going to go to Garage Manager, teleport back to our Sheffield job. And we'll get a bit more income from that, as well as the teleport over. Yeah, that'll be good. That will be good. So how much money did you make from that? 200,000, not bad. So, thank you everyone for watching. It's going to be the end of the stream here. I'll be live again tomorrow from 7 with some Minecraft. And I will see you all then.